So how we doing? How is everybody? Just literally, mate, just setting up, setting in. Who have we got inside? So, London, yes, bro. What we saying? We got Scotty Ups, we got Future, Nail Gun Stanley, yes, yes. Induction, watching watchers. Yo, sorry for the camera setup today, people. It is just like literally just chuck the camera on and off we go. So, back again. We have 10 tunes, some mixed batch today, people. We got some drum and bass, we got jungle, we've got some grime. So, it's all good. It's all good. Share the link, people. Let people know that we're on. Alright, so we'll wait for a few more people to come in, some new people sending tunes in, and hopefully they can join us tonight as well. Hopefully they'll be joining us, you know what I mean? We'll give it a minute and we'll get rolling. I've even got a bag of sweets here as well. So I'll be munching and crunching as we do. All the past episodes are on YouTube, so if you ever missed any that's no longer on Twitch, you can always go on the Compound Audio YouTube and watch them back, and they're all edited as well, so you ain't gotta sit there for the 2 hours. Like literally a 2 hour stream gets condensed right down to like an hour and a half or something, or an hour and 20 minutes. So I'll get you the link now to the video so you can check it out in your own time. They're all on there. So this is episode 11 and currently online is episode 8. Number 9 will be on Saturday. Number 10 was the Halloween special, which again I had to quickly change the visuals because we were still on the Halloween visuals. So yeah, big in the game. I might move my camera over to the left because it's covering the analyzer, which we like to look at, so that needs to be changed. Boom. I need to be flipped around now. I need to flip the camera around so I'm facing facing everything. Right, Len, what we saying, bro? Big ups, mate. Welcome in, man. Got a little pop here, you know how it is. Got to represent. Right, I'm just going to kick it off because I think we got a few people in here. We might get a few more as we go along. I might even text people as we go along. So there's a nice selection of tunes in this session. I'm going to start it off with something quite easy. Really good track. Really nice. Really well put together. So let's just roll this. Track called Lagan, something like that. Let's just roll it, man. Yeah, we got some heavy hitters in this session. Wicked tune. Nice and tidy. As I said to you, the first tune, I thought I'll play this because it is actually quite simple, straightforward. But as I was listening to it, I started getting a few ideas of like what may be needed with the tune. I don't know. To be honest, it is a safe bet tune, and what I mean by a safe bet tune is that everything's sort of there, all the ingredients. The tune sounds nice. It is nice. Intro's nice. We listened to the whole tune, and the tune's like 5.5 minutes. So the break's nice. I like the choppy break. It sounds lovely. It hits really hard as well. It's got a nice choppy break. Who was it? Induction. Yeah, you were saying something about the low end. More subharmonics and sidechaining, in my opinion. Yeah, I think you're right. Because at the end of the day, when you're looking at the spectroscope here, let's just open it up. You can see the kick, this round blob, and it isn't carving out the sub. There's no gap between it. We're not saying like it has to be, but you get what I'm saying, induction, because really this needs to look like the solid bass and then the kick sort of sits there with it, and every time it hits you'll see like a little gap, and there is no gap there. So, but like I said, I can't really fault the tune. It sounds nice. In terms of the subharmonics, again, what we're referring to is the orange line. It doesn't have any extra harmonics. There's no second or third or fifth harmonic. Don't think it needs a lot, but it will need something if you was to listen to this on small speakers. For example, if we played a tune. There's a sub. So I've basically stopped this, I've cut off everything below 100 hertz has been cut off now, and we can really hear the kick. The kick sounds nice and strong, but we're just hearing this sort of noise which is acting as the bass. We can't really define that there's a bass. Let's go up to like 200 hertz. Let's face it, you need a really good phone speaker to be with it being like this, but laptop, stuff like that, do you know what I mean? So as we were saying about this, it's a lovely tune, solid tune. It's just the fact that the low end needs that extra harmonic content. It needs that second, it needs that third. Induction was saying that it needs more side chaining in order to create a groove. I totally agree with what he's saying. It's not hitting super loud levels. It could be a little bit louder. Maybe he wants it to be quite tamed, I don't know, but if you was to leave it at this sort of level, you could get away with having a bit more bottom end. So something to think about if you catch this on the rerun, mate. Anyway, so we'll move on to the next one, and I believe this might be your induction, so good timing as we enter. Next track is Steve Nicks, Edge of 17, sorry. So some bootleg about to bust.
Let's go! All alone on the edge of 17, just like the wide winged dove. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Sings a song, sounds like she's singing. In the web that is bound, I begin again. He was no more than a baby then. We seem broken hearted, something within him, all alone on the edge of 17. All alone on the edge
We'll just skip the middle breakdown. Man like induction, you know, coming in. So nice and loud, nice and beefy. You can hear every single element. Everything's nice and clear. The one thing that I was a bit was the vocal. Like the vocal was a bit sharp. You ain't gonna lie. Especially in this intro here, I was kind of looking around like, what's going on, man? It's something happening. Hang on, I'll just play it here. Just feels a bit fresh there. It could do with it being lower. Love the suspense here as it goes into this B line. You know, this nice groove.
just like the one-winged dove.
So look at the vocal area here on the analyzer. You will see that it peaks out of this target line here. Just check it up.
Just like the one-winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, baby, ooh. Just like the one-winged dove.
So all around there, that like 600, 700 area.
Just like the one-winged dove sings.
See, it just really peaks there. Look, you can see. Again, it's stepping over the line of this one as well. So, you know, I don't know. I think probably more compression on the vocals to try and hold it in. Maybe even soothe. Something like that. Just to tame those bits where they're overshooting. Where the vocals are peaking out. Induction, you know your shit, you know what you're doing, man. It sounds solid. So what we're saying in the chat then, we've got Ethel saying fucking amazing, London reckons it's gorgeous, nutty, yeah, and love it when a mix blends. Yeah, so like I say, you know, you're getting some love as always, man. You know, the intro does look very similar to the middle break. So again, you know, not saying that you have to do something different, but it is always nice when the second half of the tune has a twist to it, has something slightly different. I know, like I say, I know you do add the odd bit towards the end sometimes. Just try and switch it up a bit. So do your initial idea, intro, drop, ride out to the breakdown, and then when it drops, I don't know, do something. Just I know many people don't quite get to that point when DJing now, but it'd just be nice to allow the listener to hear something slightly different. But other than that, mate, wicked. So big ups, thank you for that, my Deej.
Run the motherfucking rhythm. Let's go!
The next tune is from a good mate of mine called One Up, who's been out of the game for a bit and he's now back. He's back in Addy game, making some beats, making some bangers. And I messaged Drillo G about this one because I think he'll like this as well. Big in the game. So let's check this one out.
Run the track! Run the track!
In the game, man, like One Up, you know, he was planning on coming in today, but so who we got? We got Doms. Yes, bro. What we say, man? Soul Rebel Sounds. We got man like Hazardous Music in here as well. You mans are late. You mans are late.
Quit talking and start mixing.
Right, so on this one then, the One Up Central line. So what are you lot saying? You lot are thinking this was some funky business. I mean, to be fair, this is a wicked tune. The only thing that I felt that was needed on this was it needed some more weight. You know, I've drawn for the back EQ because it's very broad. You know, it's very, very broad so that it grabs. Although it's set at like 74 hertz, it's actually grabbing right up to about 150 or something like that. And I've boosted it like 2.5 dB, and I felt that really warmed it up. And then the top end, I've done a cut at 12.5 dB, but then done a high shelf at 18k. So you can imagine it kind of rolls it back and then lifts it. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, there's not a lot more I can say on it. It's all there, everything you can hear nice and clear, all the separation in the tune. It would just be nice if it had that more weight. As I say, the sides is pretty cool of the tune. You know, he's got a nice bit of atmosphere going on in there. It would actually be nice if the sides was a bit more present, but that can be something that's done in the mastering stage. But One Up, mate, if you missed the show, then catch this on the rerun, man, because this is it's a banger. So wicked, bro. Thank you for letting us play that one. As we move on, we've got Dread by Mark C. So one of is this coming out on Hazardous eventually, Mr. Papa G? Papa G, is this forthcoming on Hazardous Music? I'm about to play it. Dread, Mark C.
This is Dreadman. Holy gravy.
Go to the second drop.
This is Dreadman. Holy gravy.
So yeah, I think it's just a copy paste there. So what we got here? We really like this. Yeah, it's a nice sample still. Would be nice to hear a bit more intensity on the break before the drop. Yep. Fat sausage. The kicks are nice. Yeah, the kicks are quite nice. I just felt they were a little bit too pumping. I just literally done a side, well, not a side chain, like a dynamic EQ just to help push the kick down a bit, because when it came to the kick rolls of the tune, it would distort and it broke up. It just basically just sounded like it was too pushed. Although this is a cool tune, the kick snare's absolutely slamming, not gonna lie. It was the top end. The top end was super bright, like really bright. So I've done a cut at about 12k, but it's at like 5.5 dB cut, and that's a lot. So who else we got in here? I noticed, yeah, Conclave. What are we saying, bro? Are you still in here? I noticed that you popped in. So yeah.
Holy gravy.
And then bypass. With the cut, it's under the line. Everything's kind of sitting nicely. Everything from about 3k upwards just starts to get a bit fresh. It doesn't need to be that bright, in all fairness. Whereas if it had less top end, you would perceive it to be more weighty and full. And I think he's going for loudness on this one. So, you know, it's cool. But if I was to take this off, watch the top end just shoot out the box. Watch. And you can even see it on the spectroscope as well. Look how on the spectroscope, and you'll notice that again from 3k 4k it just starts rolling up. It should be the opposite. It should start rolling off. Do you know what I mean? Check it. Nice. Right then, so let's roll on. Let's move on to the next one. Next up, we have Man Like London. With his track, Be Free.
Need I remind you that it's an act of treason to withhold information from me relative to this matter, regardless of how classified it is?
Same goes for you.
Whatever the foreign ministry's wishes, this falls within Section 9's jurisdiction. Of course, we have no objections to cooperating if we feel there's adequate cause.
Huh? Well, what is it?
It's confirmed. No doubt, it's him.
Him?
The doctor is referring to the original pattern of the ghost line that's now in the body. He's simply speaking in generic terms. The sex of the perpetrator isn't known and remains undetermined. Allow me to introduce you. This is the handiwork of the puppet master, infamous as the most extraordinary hacker in the history of cybercrime.
Bro, some savage business there, man. Oh my days. What are we saying? What are we saying? This chopped and changed really nice. Future saying is cold as ice. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. You're getting a lot of love for this one. Dropsy, what are we saying, man? Just scrolling back up through the chat so I can see everybody. What are we saying, brother? I missed your 100th stream the other day. Well, I did speak to you about this, but just letting the people know that you repping the 100th stream of Dropsy inside. So yeah, big, absolute savage tune, London, mate. It chops and changes everywhere. What I felt was the drums needed a lot more mids. So literally, when I started poking around at the mid range here, I just felt like the drums really just came forwards. But then you've got other elements in the mix which are occupying that sort of frequency. So, you know, you just have to kind of look past that. So if we just press play with these EQ settings on now. Then we'll bypass that. You notice how like the mids just of the drums just felt like they went away from you. So it would just be a case of going back into the mix, you know, push out the mids on that particular break. You've got some live drum loop in there as well. So aim and smashing it. Yeah, so this one here with all the cymbals and all the crashes and stuff, this is cool, but I feel like in order for it to work in this tune, you really need to scoop out some of the low mids. Let's check it in sides. I mean, there's a lovely width on the splashes and the cymbals and stuff, you know, it really fills out the tops. When I went from mono back to stereo, I noticed it in the headphones, just like really nice, you know, it felt like the image widened out. It's quite nice. But bro, as always, man, I think we played this on Open the Door with DJ Rap a couple of weeks ago, and I've got to say this is a lot more organized, because if I remember rightly, the last time we played this we were saying it's a good tune, but it sounds like you got two or three tunes going off, you know what I mean? If that's the same one, bro. But other than that, mate, absolute flames inside. Yeah, that's what I thought, man. So the one that we played last week was the absolute belter. That's your reference. That's the one you need to go to, the one you did last week. Although this is a great tune, I think the mix on the previous tune is higher, you know, higher standards, higher level. But again, Thursday we're doing a 1-to-1. Are we working on this tune, bro, or is it a different tune? Easy Bleach Boy, what we saying, bro? No, welcome in. Intense Complex, what we saying? Sorry if I've missed you coming into the chat. I'm just so like locked in, and I'm just looking at the chat now, and I'm scrolling about and I'm seeing names. Right, so yeah, let me know, London, if this is the okay, what James is having that one. Okay, which one are we working on anyway?
Let's go! Pull up.
Right. Okay, cool. So we're working on a different tune on Thursday. No worries, bro. Right then, so as we move on, we have man like SRS, Soul Rebel Sounds. If you was here last week, oh my days, he was a cheeky chap. But yes, DJ Cosmos, what we saying, man? Big ups, welcome in. So Soul Rebel Sound, last week, I'm going to do it, bro. I'm going to tell everyone. So last week we were playing a number of tunes. He was like, meh, nah, this ain't the one. Nah. It just basically laying into everybody and was like, okay then, let's play your tune. Smashed it. Literally demolished the whole show, smashed it, and we were like, okay then, that's why you're on your fucking high horse, bro. You know what I mean?
Quit talking and start mixing.
Okay, so as we move to SRS, so let's see if you can do everybody proud this time, bro.
What's up, y'all? This is Fat Man scooping up bass Duncan with Daps. Dap it up.
SRS. Man just comes in and just drops the dusty needle, you know what I mean? Bro, that was some absolute pressure. The areas that I was looking at here was the tune itself is sort of like gelled together. You know what I mean? The tunes feels really well gelled together. And looking at the waveform, you've obviously clipped or you've used some sort of saturation to make that happen. I'm guessing you've used it across the bus, like as in the master bus. Let me know about that one. I like it. I like the grittiness about it. It does feel a bit rustic, like it is a bit overcooked somewhere in down the line. The thing for me was the sub, it just felt a bit pitchy. I couldn't quite put my finger on it. The tune kicks straight in, it's lovely. Let's just play it again. I love the sample, man. The sample here, lovely, beautiful sample. This break is absolutely lush, mate. Like, it sounds great. If anything, there's just no highs in there. Like, going back to that Mark C tune, remember we were saying that it was coming out of the box here and it was rising up. I mean, this is the complete opposite. It's just descending off way too early. I mean, check where it's landing on the analyzers here, look. I mean, you're talking 6K and it starts to descend. And you're looking at the spectroscope here, at the very tops of this spectroscope. Look, it's just black. There's nothing there. There's no information there. So whether you've done a low pass and you've sort of rolled the brake back, maybe you've gone over, OTT on that one. I couldn't add it with an EQ because there's no there to add. But if we was to use an exciter, for example, I don't know, we'll put it from 6K because that's where it starts descending downwards. Take this low one off because we don't need it. It's just a quick example. Bypass. So see what I'm saying? Like, so this is without, with, without. And that's just on triode. I mean, if we use tape, then this is going to really scream. So I'll go further up. I'll go to about 8K. Yeah, that's absolute sizzling. See, without. Not saying that you have to pump that top end in there, but this break needs it. Do you know what I mean? It needs to be in there. So let me just take this off a minute. We'll go into the bass. I like the sample because the sample comes first and the bass comes in, and as I say, it just feels a bit pitchy. What I'm going to do is duplicate the track and we'll isolate the low end on one of them. Let's just get rid of some of these bits because we don't need all of this. We'll do a complete low pass, quite high filter cutoff, and we'll just isolate this down to about, I don't know, 100 hertz. So again, you're going to need headphones, speakers to make out what's going on here. Right, just up until we can hear the kick. Now on the other one, the other track, we now need to do exactly the same thing. So this time we do a high pass, do exactly the same curve of 48. So we did it at 65 hertz. So we'll do it at 65 hertz again. Right, so now this should just isolate the tune without the bass. Let's just press play a minute. Okay, that top note is coming through, so that's going to be clashing. Okay, let's just try and figure out what's going on with the key of this. So I've pitched the bass down 5 semitones. That kind of works. So that means doing it by 3 should also work. It depends on what works best. Yeah, that's more of a harmonic note. So let's just go 1 up. Yeah, so up one key. Yeah, this is what we're saying, Papa G. We're just like the bass is a bit pitchy, so I'm just like moving it around. Up one key seems to work. That second note's off. That's where it goes wrong. So that first note, and then I think the second note needs to be down one note. So you need to have a little play with that, bro, because the track's absolutely wicked. Maybe you need to get your ear on some headphones or turn the speakers right up just to identify what's going on in the bottom end. But other than that, mate, an absolute smasher once again, bro. So thank you for sending that in again, man. Have you used some sort of saturation across the whole tune? Just out of interest, let us know, my Deej.
Batman Scoop, bass dunk, daps, time to bass dunk, everybody bass dunk.
As we move on to Nailgun Stanley, you know? Stanley, if you're still in the chat, bro, if you're still about, let's run the track.
Quit talking and start mixing.
Run the motherfucking rhythm.
Yeah, there's not a lot going on in the sides, just in case you're wondering what's happening. Awesome, bro. Awesome. So I quite like this with the Bax EQ again. I felt like the tune needed some broad EQ movements. So again, 2.5 dB, shelf at 3.5K. That's opened up the tops lovely. Listen to when I bypass. it just sort of grabs the top of that snare, which is what the snare needs. The snare just needs a bit more like on its own, about 6k, 8k or 12k, something, just to help it like have that white noise smack to it. So intense complex, you're saying more choppage. Yeah, could throw a break in there. You know, it could work well with a break. Yeah, definitely could work well with a break. So let's have a look in the old Media Explorer just to give us some more breakage. Right, whereabouts are we in this area here? Right, so could work. Let's just throw that in rather than messing around. Insert on a new track. On the drop, let's just see how this works and how it sounds. Okay, copy paste this a couple of times. So what ideally I would do if you was to use like a little loop like this is remove the kicks and snares from it, so all you have is the shakes, you know, just this bit, you know what I mean, the rattles, whatever you want to call it, the fills. Yeah, let's just mute these a minute and roll into it. You know, it's just an example, just to help speed the tune, add some more choppage in there, or just to fill out some more of the highs. The snare's quite punchy, the snare's quite nice, but I just, like I say, the overall mix just needs gelling. It needs EQing and it needs a lot more compression. You can see we've got a lot of peaks and troughs. I'm not saying that it has to be a sausage like some of these other tunes, but look at SRS's tune. You see how like SRS's tunes, like it's fluffy, nice and fluffy. You know, that's sort of thing we want to look for in a pre-master or some sort of mix. And then yours is a lot more like wild, and that's only because of you haven't clipped like the transients, you haven't limited the dynamic movement of the basses and stuff like that. So again, this would be a case of you send it to me that needs mastering, and I would have to get back to you in terms of how we can alter the mix to make it better. So if you remember as well, we're playing the track in sides and there was just no information. Look, all we can hear is very subtle amount of the reverbs and stuff. So I'm not sure if you've monoed any of the elements and then applied stereo reverbs or delays or whatever like that, because there is just no information in the sides. There's just nothing there at all. So if we just pull out MSED and we'll boost the sides by 12 dB. See, that's all what's happening, if you can hear that. It'd just be nice if there was some sort of information. That would help with the width and the depth of the tune. Yeah, so again, mate, you know, awesome tune, wicked tune. Thank you for letting us play that one, mate. But on a personal note, I would definitely probably want to sit with you and, you know, look at the mix with you in that way. So we can chat on Discord or something, you know, about that one if you want, bro. Which reminds me, for those of you that are not following or part of the Discord, the Compound Audio Discord, there it is, my DJ.
Quit talking and start mixing.
So as we move on, people, we have a track by Wenlock called Volts. And if you remember from previous shows, this guy has been smashing it with that sort of hardcore jungle early 90s sort of rave feel. Let's see what this one's saying, bro. It looks nice. It looks like, again, similar looking to the Nailgun Stanley tune, just not as peaky. So we'll see what this one's saying, see if you can win them over on this.
Run the motherfucking rhythm.
Run the track.
lovely groove, man. Man like Wenlock, you know. I was feeling that, and I was looking at some of the comments what you lot are saying, so not like a mixed reception on that. It's it's just some of the bits was making me laugh. Like I put is this a banger to the 8-ball, and where is it? The 8-ball said I don't think so. Oh my days, see. Hey, I bumped it so you can see it. I really like this tune. It's a real nice sort of rave before the crossover happened between jungle and hardcore, like happy hardcore and stuff. This is when it was like in its purest. So if you're an old fart, and you would really appreciate this tune, I'm sure. So Ethel, tut tut, you get a little kick for saying, you know, this is not for you. And what did you say actually? Where is your comment? Oh my god, something like this is done or something. I want the fresh stuff. So we've had a mixed perception up on this. We've had different tunes on this show, obviously. You're an old fart, I'm an old fart. So believe it or not, I'm 41. So you know that's why I appreciate this tune, man. I think this is wicked. Need some tops. Definitely need some air. You can see that as soon as I added the air, it really opened it up and sweetened it up a little bit. So check it out. You're 47, 49, 42. See, we're all old farts. Yes, we're all hitting the 40s, you know what I'm saying? Oh, 37 bats, boo. You're nearly there, bro. Nearly there, bro. Papa G, you're not the oldest, bro. Some One Kenobi business, what we saying? So Intense Complex is the youngest so far at 30, unless I've missed something. So yeah, this is the proper 40s club, this, you know what I mean? Jeez. That's why we're all here, because we ain't got nothing else to do. Do you know what I mean? We're all just sat at home doing fuck all. Let's just tune into Daps doing his live streams, because we've got no else to do. So yeah, we'll bypass this, and you'll notice that, you know, the top end, it goes a bit dull, and then I'll explain something afterwards. So see how it kind of goes away from you. I think with the top end, it makes it feel a bit more shiny, a bit more modern. So I think we've mentioned this in the past, where when it comes to these particular tunes, I would have to speak to the artist and say, do you want to keep it traditional or do you want it modern? Do you know what I mean? So that would be a modern move where the top end's opened up more and it feels a bit more bright and shiny, expensive sounding. But with it more rolled off, you get that, like, in air quotes, analog feel. What's the other thing now? So the low end's nicely rounded off. It could come up around 40 hertz, something like that, just to feel the warmth. But again, it's that particular type of tune. They never had that sort of low end. Things were being high passed up to 30, 40k just so it can get on the vinyl, get nice and loud on the vinyl. Do you know what I mean? So it was a process in itself. But Wenlock, big ups for that, mate. Really, really appreciate that. So as we move on to man like Future, you've been very quiet today, Future. Normally you're you're hammering the chat. Yeah, so this one saying tango and ratty vibes. It is really nice. So big in the game. Okay, cool. Right, well, time has actually flown tonight, because I didn't realise that it's actually 8:45 where we are, and as we've all pointed out, we're all old, so it's my bedtime soon. Do you know? Right, let's roll on with "Hold On" by Future.
Let's go!
Run the track! Run the track! Run the track!
Run the motherfucking rhythm.
Batman Scoop, bass dunk. That's time to bass dunk. Everybody bass dunk. What's up, y'all? This is Fat Man Scoop and I'm bass dunking with Daps. Dap it up.
Man like Future. So going back to the actual tune itself, as in the tonal balance, that is, I just did a little dip in the highs. I think it's that tam. Yeah, it's that tam. This needs to come down, that tam. Also the bass has got a nice second harmonic there. You see, like, there's the thick red line and then you've got the green line just above it. That's really nice. That would translate really well on smaller speakers. So the other thing for me was I was having a poke around the mid-range for the drums. And I think that might be the reason why you think the tune feels a bit low. It's because of the presence of the drums just are not quite there around the 1K. It fucking has a sweet on the side of the mouse, and I'm like, oh, what the hell? So yeah, have a look at the mid range on the drums around 1K. You might just need a little nudge, or the drums might just need to come up overall in volume, and that tam to come down a little bit to compensate. Because at the moment, the way this looks, this spectroscope looks now, that's how it sounds to me, like it's scooped in the mids. So I'll bypass. So you see, with the bypass, the break, it feels like it goes away from you, look. Then with the EQ, without. See, I don't know, it's like that, the warmth or the lows of the drums just need to come forwards. And the tops just need to just come down ever so slightly. So minor fix that. It's a really nice tune, bro. I think it sounds wicked. Right, so that does bring us to the end, and we've had some really interesting tunes tonight, all sorts really. I quite like the garage tune, sorry, the grime tune from One Up. If you missed that one, everyone, you need to watch it back, because this one's pretty funky. But anyway, so putting this out there, I'm thinking of doing a certain something once a month, right? I can't say too much because it's still an idea, and I'm talking to certain people about whether they're on it as well, and they're well up for doing this. And basically, what I'm going to be doing once a month is mixing somebody's tune down. The whole idea is to mix it live, and like we're doing now, we're giving people feedback on tunes. You're all in the chat, everyone gets involved, it's great. But what I was thinking of doing is mixing the tune down live, like promoting it, saying this month we're mixing down such and such's tune, and then you all sign up to this, like not a newsletter or something, but just something that allows you to get involved, and then you get a seat, and there's going to be a limited amount of seats so that you can all watch what's happening, you can all communicate, ask questions, you know what I mean? And it gives those an opportunity that can't really afford to get a track mixed and mastered, say for example for £100, like a 30 track mix and master, say £100, $100, whatever, wherever you come from, right? It gives them a chance to say, well, no, because people then can purchase a seat for like very cheap. But what happens then is, by these people buying the seats to then watch and learn, it helps sort of fund the time, and people learn all at the same time, if that makes sense. So it's a little idea that's in the works, and yeah, if anyone's interested, just hit me up either on the Whispers or in the Discord or email, whatever. So again, for those that are not on the Discord, here's the link. And Bats, this is what I'm saying, mate, like it's a sort of thing where you're saying to me, I'm thinking about, getting into tunes and doing stuff. This is a sort of thing, like a seat to sit and watch, and it'll all be like a one-to-one, but with everybody. Do you know what I mean? Conclave, I haven't even checked to see if I've got your tunes. I know I have got your tunes but mate, I'm old. It's 9 o'clock. I need to go bed. the thing is, right, this week I had about 15 tunes. So literally I've had tunes from the previous week that we've had to use this week because, you know, they have to roll over and whatnot. And I only like to do 10 realistically because, again, I'm old. So yeah, Conclave, we'll definitely do yours. How many did you send anyway? Because we'll definitely do them next week. Well, this is what I'm saying, SRS, this is what I'm saying, man. We've had a little chat in the past about stuff, and who knows, we could use one of your tunes. Do you know what I mean? It can be anybody's tune. It just gives them the opportunity to have a tune mixed and mastered. It would be mixed live, and then the master would be a different session, because I wouldn't advise mastering the tune in the same session that you're mixing it. So yeah, big in the game. But I just thought I'd put it out there and let you know my idea was. So as always, people, thank you so much for staying with me and for locking in. It was a bit of an up and down one. We've got loads of cool songs in this one, so we're gonna raid out into Man Like Drum and Basics. If you still got the energy or you're still awake and you want to just check out some drum and bass, this guy is pretty cool to watch, man. But for me, I'm going to go and get some shut-eye, and I will catch you all on the other side. So once again, big ups everybody. It's been a blast as always. Boom.